Relax. This is just a white blank piece of paper which represents the future of India. And I have the pen. Yes, the youth of India is the pen and symbolizes education. Good afternoon, respected judges, teachers, and my dear friends. I stand before you to argue in the favor of the motion that the Indian education system is indeed in crisis. India has one of the largest education system in this world. How can it be crisis? Having a large education system doesn't translate into quality. While India has made significant strides in literacy and access to education, the system is plagued by deep-rooted problems that hinder its true potential. Today, I highlight the key issues backed by facts and examples to prove that the system is facing a serious crisis. The first and perhaps most glaring issue is the outdated curriculum. Today, we are preparing students for the jobs that existed decades ago, not for the modern, fast-evolving job markets that demands creativity, critical thinking, and technological know-how. Students often graduate with degrees but lack unemployable skills. My worthy opponents, please take a note of it. According to a study by Aspiring Minds, over 80%, yes my dear, please note, over 80% of Indian engineers are unemployable in the knowledgeable economy. The burning major issue is the system's focus on rote learning instead of encouraging students to understand the concepts. My honorable opponents, according to Ample Status Education Report ASER 2022, almost half of Indian students in 5th grade cannot read at a 2nd grade level, pointing to serious gaps in planning and implementation. I want to seek the attention of everyone sitting in this hall that according to UDI's data, nearly 40% of government schools don't have functional toilets. Over 30% lack basic drinking water facilities. These fundamental infrastructural issues create barriers to learning. Every year, a pledge is taken to increase spending on education to 6% of the GDP in the budget, but the actual spending keeps hovering around 4%. Is our education system synonym of doctors and engineers? My respected judges, knowing this all facts and examples, is still my opponent's favor that Indian education system is not in crisis. Why? Despite initiatives like the Right to Education Act, a significant number of students, especially from underprivileged areas, either drop out or receive a subpar education. Why? Yes, there are reforms like NEP 2020 to fix these issues, but I have serious doubts in its implementation with its true sense and soul. And I have a question. All these stakeholders sitting today and my opponents and all the audience that do we have enough skilled workforce to implement NEP in its true sense, keeping its soul alive? It's just a small food to your thoughts. In conclusion, I would like to say India's education system is expanding, but it is undeniably in crisis. Outdated curricula, a system on rote learning, and inadequate infrastructure are just some of the critical issues that need immediate action. Can we afford ignoring these problems? Once only I am saying, give a thought. Thank you.
That more illiteracy is there in our country, but the literacy rate has been expanding since 1947. Since it was 17% out there, and today it is 77%. How could you say that illiteracy is there in our system? You said that our system favors rote learning, but more focus is provided to skill development and a holistic approach is being prevalent in our system. How could you say that the rote learning approach is being prevalent?
See, I'm not talking about one school. Okay, I'm talking about all over India. So, not in each school of the India, the system is not of rote learning. There are some schools which focuses on rote learning. So, we need to take care of that schools also.
You mentioned in your speech that fundamental requirement lead to crisis in Indian education system. How fundamental requirements lead to crisis in Indian education system?
My dear, I stated the fundamental infrastructure issues.
Clean washrooms and other things as you mentioned in your speech.
Yes. toilets, they do not provide adequate infrastructure.
Because of it, how we say that Indian education system is in crisis, or it affects the studies, it affects the study of student.
Every parent is concerned about, every parent have concern about their students, right? And if there is not a proper infrastructure or proper functional toilets, then how we will study in that